Hi, good afternoon. I'm Raleigh Brown. This is Curve Flattening Concert number 645. And I see Rhonda Scott Merrick is the first person in on my feed. Kind of slow uptake here. It might be just the Ecamm thing doing its thing slowly. Deb Libby Clark is here, and my next door neighbor Dwight Shoemate, and who says yo yo yo, and that's Philadelphia E's for hello. And I might actually be able to give you an in-person view of Charlie. There he is. So Charlie is right here with me today. He's laying in an unusual place for him. He's usually not in this part of the floor, but I didn't get a chance to take a candid shot of him, so this will do. Charlie the dog in all his glory. And he does flatten out. He lost 3 pounds while I was away, thanks to Dwight and Aaron, who didn't spoil him as badly as I usually do. So I thank them for hanging in there with my boy and keeping him healthy while I was away. So we will cloink. We'll do a little cloink hello, and I'll say some more hellos. Cloink. Here's to you. I had a great trip, saw a bunch of old friends, played for a few people, and had a lovely gig in Akron, Ohio with Alex Bevan and Jim Ballard. And then on from there to visit my friends John and Jeanette, and then from there on to Maryville, Tennessee, where I taught and performed at Steve Kaufman's guitar camp. Met a bunch of great teachers on staff with me, some of my generation, but Steve has done a great job of bringing in a younger generation of teachers. There's so many good young players out there. Dave Mason is here, and Terry St. James, hey Terry, and David Arthur Radcliffe in England, John Sprouse, Kathy Marsick, hi Kath, S.A. Tudhope, Pam Zappardino, Carol Pred, Charlie Bryant, Slim Edelman, Ginger Hopper, Johnson Hogg over there in France, and Rich Fowler and Mike Verbeck. Good to see you all, and I will start out. Today is Juneteenth, so it is the commemoration of the end of slavery in the United States, and I thought we should pay some attention to that today. So basically, this is an African American and civil rights show for today. And this one is the first one by Dion DiMucci, who was just known as Dion of Dion and the Belmonts when I was a kid. But after his kind of teen idol period, he became a very thoughtful and very excellent guitarist and good songwriter. And this is kind of his biggest hit from that period. Has anybody seen my old friend Abraham? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but the good they say die young. I just turned around and he was gone. Has anybody seen my old friend John? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but the good they say die young. I just turned around and he was gone. Has anybody seen my old friend Martin. Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but the good they say die young. I just turned and he was gone. And didn't you love the things they stood for? Didn't they try to find some good for you and me? And we'll be free someday. It's gonna be one day. Has anybody seen my old friend Bobby? Can you tell me where he's gone? I thought I saw him walking up over the hill with Abraham, Martin, and John. With Abraham, Martin, and John. I just looked around, and they were gone. They were gone. Abraham, Martin, and John by Dion DiMucci. So Connie Adams is here, and Donna Greenberg, and Pat Milhoff on YouTube, and she was at the Rialto in Akron. Thanks, Pat. It's good to see all you folks out there, all those Ohioans, Northeast Ohioans. And let me see if I'm missing anybody. Helene Tober Fowler is here along with Rich. And I think that's most everybody I've had to say hello to so far. So next up from the, as I said, it's a kind of African American show today, and one of the royals of African American music was the Duke Ellington, and this one is by him. Ain't got the change of a nickel, ain't got no bounce in my shoes, I ain't got no fancy to tickle, I ain't got nothing but the blues, ain't got no coffee that's perkin', ain't got no winnings to lose, I ain't got a dream that is working, I ain't got nothing but the blues. You know the band is swinging, the folks are singing, I just can't get off the ground. But believe me, Pruitt, I just can't do it, since my ever-loving baby left town. I ain't got no rest in my slumber, got no feelings to bruise. I ain't got no telephone number. I ain't got nothing but the blues. You know the band is swinging, the folks are singing, and I just can't get off the ground. Well, believe me, Pruitt, I just can't do it since my ever-loving baby left town. I ain't got no rest in my slumber, ain't got no feelings to bruise. I ain't got no telephone numbers. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Ain't Got Nothing But the Blues by the great Duke Ellington. And it's announcement time. So, I've announced on here a couple times that I would be, this Saturday, I would be up in Beacon, New York with Magpie. But I learned yesterday that that gig has been postponed, apparently. I'm not sure if it's because of the hot weather or what, but it's getting put off until the autumn. So if you were planning on coming to Beacon, you now have the evening free on Saturday, as do I, because a good friend of mine is having his birthday, and now I get to go. So I see Robert is here on YouTube. I'm not sure Robert who. It might be somebody I actually know. And in New York City. And let's see if I'm missing anybody else here. I said Connie Adams and Pat Milhoff, and I think I'm keeping up pretty well. So, I already told you I had this great trip down south, and then next month I will be going up to New Hampshire for Summer Acoustic Music Week, and I believe that is now sold out, but maybe next year, folks. There are invisible people here, people who do not show up on my feed, even though you may be able to see them. And I will say hi to them. And that could include Kitseri Kaku and Lori Payne, and who I also saw in Ohio, and Judith Fox, and Joel Biget in France, and Mario Prue in Iroquois Falls, Ontario, and George Young in Winter Park, Florida. And I see Jumbo Shrimp is here, and on YouTube. Welcome aboard, Jumbo. Your parents must have had a great sense of humor if they named you that, although I'm not sure that happened. And Mike Miller is here, Michael Miller from down in Caroline, from hot Caroline. And Rhonda says Lori has a birthday coming up. Well, Lori, if you're here or not here, I'd say happy birthday in advance, and then we'll celebrate when it actually comes up. So, which leads me to the schedule, and also to mention that there is a link right here where my left index finger is pointing for PayPal and Venmo if you would like to donate something to the cause. And, we had to take a little mortgage out to pay for Charlie's dog sitting, and we're looking to make that back one of these days. But it was a good camp, and I think I may actually come out in the black. Who knows? We'll see. And Bunny Barnes is watching with Stephen. Hi, Bunny. And I didn't see anything, Bunny, about you doing a three for this week. So let me know if you are. Otherwise, I'll assume not, because that leads me to announcements. So it's Wednesday, and I am on right now. Thursday night, perhaps Helen Avakian and David Irwin will be on at 7 p.m. Central, which is 8 p.m. Eastern. And Friday, Slim Edelman will be on at 3:30 Eastern Time. He said it's kind of anything can happen day. Although I remember that being Wednesdays in my youth, if you know what I mean. And Saturday, I checked to see if Warren was on. He had nothing posted, but he may have just not gotten to it yet if he didn't. And then I'm back on Sunday at 10:30 a.m., pardon me. And that'll be the usual Sunday concert. Bunny does not know yet whether she will be doing a threefer, so you should check her page on Friday morning. She might be. Things are in a flurry there. And Rhonda Scott Merrick said Warren is off for 2 weeks. See, I go away and you guys stay in touch and know this stuff, and I don't. But that's why we're a community. We all chip in and keep everybody informed. Okay, so next up, from one of my great teachers and heroes, the Reverend Gary Davis. The Reverend Gary Davis had, he had a lot going against him. He was a poor black man from the South and was blind to boot. And yet he made a huge difference in the world while making a great career for himself. And this is one of his instrumentals. It's called The 12 Sticks. Here we go. The Reverend Gary Davis's 12 Sticks, or The Boy Was Playing the Guitar and Kissing the Girl at the Same Time. Can you hear Charlie moaning down there? You want to moan again for the folks? No, he's just going, no. That's my boy. And I've got the bruises to prove it. Charlie has an aversion to this. There's a company here called Gutter Guys that just, they fix gutters. And they have a fleet of trucks. And for some reason, whenever Charlie sees one of their trucks, he goes berserk. And it's one of his little idiosyncrasies, to put it kindly. And so I noticed, right after I left for Ohio, I noticed that I had a big bruise on the side of my leg right here. And I thought, I'm getting old. I must have just spontaneously developed this bruise. So this morning I'm at the park with Charlie, and a Gutter Guy's truck goes by literally a half mile away. Like you can't even see it, you can only hear it, but I just know it's a Gutter Guy truck because of the way he reacts. And then you could see it after it goes past the trees. It's way on the other side of the park. And I'm talking to my friend Rick, and suddenly I get clotheslined on the back of the leg with Charlie's lead, and it's right where my bruise is. And I said, now I know how I got that bruise. I didn't even notice it at the time. So Charlie continues to be an entertaining little character. And he's actually gonna get drugged tonight and tomorrow morning, and then we're gonna drop him off at the veterinarian, and they are going to put him out and get some X-rays of his hips and his stifles and hips, and do blood work on him to make sure he can stay on Prozac, and vaccinate him. Fortunately, he doesn't understand any of this right now, so he's slumbering here. Anyhow, say a little prayer for Charlie. He's going to have a busy day tomorrow. So Carol Pratt goes dysplasia, and I go, we don't know. Here's the thing about Charlie, is that he doesn't seem to, he doesn't like to run around and play much. I mean, he'll chase like a maniac if there's a bunny or a squirrel. But if I go out there and try to play ball with him or something, he's pretty reticent about it. And so the behaviorist said, well, it could be, and a lot of times they find that dogs with noise reactivity, which Charlie has, he hears that Gutter Guy truck and he goes mad, or mowers, that those dogs have orthopedic issues, or maybe I should say musculoskeletal issues. And so we want to get X-rays to see if that's the case, to see if Charlie has arthritis or what's going on. But I digress. So I have one more song for you today, and I'll send you on your way after a little mantra. And this one was written by Gil Turner, and it was written during the civil rights movement in the 1960s. Gil Turner was a Greenwich Village folk singer. He was a contemporary of young Bob Dylan. And and Dwight just wrote, and Charlie loves ceiling fans, not. Yeah, so I took Charlie over next door. He stayed with Dwight and Aaron while I was away. And he's a sweet boy, and he just loves everybody. We walk in the door, and they had their ceiling fan on, and Charlie goes berserk, leaping up in the air trying to get at the fan. So I think Dwight and Aaron didn't get to use their ceiling fan for 10 days. Anyhow, back to business here. And this is a beautiful song. I think Judy Collins recorded it back in the day. There's a man beside me walking. There's a voice within me talking. There's a word that needs a saying. Carry it on. carry it on, carry it on, carry it on. They will tell their lying stories, send their thugs to beat our bodies. They will lock us in their prisons, carry it on, carry it on, carry it on, carry it on. And all their thugs will lie rotten, all their lives will be forgotten, all their prison walls will crumble, carry it on, carry it on, carry it on, carry it on. If you feel you can't go farther, take the hand of your sister and or brother. Every victory leads to another. Carry it on, carry it on, carry it on, carry it on. There's a man beside me walking, there's a voice within me talking, there's a word that needs a saying, carry it on, carry it on, carry it on. So be happy and be healthy, be brave and be calm, be kind, it's a snap, and if you get cranky, take a nap. That's what my buddy Alex would say. Thanks for joining me. It's good to be back. It's good to see your little thumbnail faces here and your names. And it's good to be back home again. And I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye-bye.